Battlefield 2142. Released in 2006, Battlefield 2042 was the series' first and only to adopt a futuristic sci-fi aspect. While it kept much of the Battlefield 2 framework, large maps, squad-based objectives, and vehicle warfare, it distinguished itself with a unique tone and new mechanics. Players fought in the backdrop of a new ice age, where global resources were scarce, and factions battled for survival using advanced weaponry, mechs, and futuristic aircraft. The most notable addition was Titan mode, which set two massive flying warships against each other. Teams had to disable the enemy Titan's shields from the ground by capturing missile silos, then infiltrate the ship, clear defenders, and destroy its core. This mode created layered gameplay, intense ground battles leading to close quarters combat inside the Titan itself. It also refined the class system, offering clear role specialization, and introduced a deeper progression system for unlocking weapons and equipment. Today it remains a cult favorite, remembered for its originality, but it can only be played through unofficial servers. Battlefield Hardline. Hardline, released in 2015, broke from the franchise's military tradition and plunged players into a crime-driven cops versus criminals world set in the neon-lit streets of Miami and beyond. Its multiplayer still offered large-scale chaos, but replaced tanks and jets with police cruisers, getaway cars, and armored trucks. It introduced new modes: Hotwire, where teams chased and hijacked vehicles at high speed; Blood Money, where teams fought over stacks of cash; and Heist, focusing on breaking into vaults or armored vans to secure loot. Hardline's single-player campaign was the most ambitious narrative shift in the series, presented like a season of a police procedural drama, complete with episode structure and previously on recaps. Players controlled Detective Nick Mendoza and could approach missions with non-lethal arrests or aggressive gunfights, altering the experience. While it split opinion among fans used to all-out warfare, its willingness to experiment with tone and gameplay has since earned it a small but loyal following. Battlefield 1943. Launched in 2009 as a digital-only title for consoles, Battlefield 1943 reimagined classic Pacific Theater battles from Battlefield 1942 for a new generation. Using the Frostbite engine, it brought fully destructible environments, updated lighting, and enhanced sound design to maps like Wake Island and Iwo Jima. Matches supported 24 players, smaller than PC's 64-player standard, but still massive for digital console games at the time. It trimmed the class roster down to essentials: riflemen, infantry, and scout, to keep the focus on action. Vehicles like fighter planes and tanks still played a major role, and destruction added a dynamic layer to capturing and defending points. While limited in content compared to full releases, it proved that the Battlefield experience could be successfully condensed without losing its core identity. It remains one of the highest-selling digital-only console games of its era. Battlefield 1942. The 2002 original changed the multiplayer shooter landscape. Battlefield 1942 introduced 64-player battles when most shooters topped out at 16 or 32 players. It launched the now iconic Conquest mode, where teams fought to control key points on massive maps. And it established the class system: Assault, Medic, Engineer, Scout, each with distinct weapons and tools. It pioneered seamless vehicle integration, allowing players to jump from infantry to tanks to fighter planes in the same match. Maps spanned historic World War II theaters, from the deserts of El Alamein to the Pacific's Wake Island. Its scale, combined arms combat, and emphasis on teamwork influenced countless later shooters, making it a milestone in gaming history. Battlefield Bad Company. Released in 2008, Bad Company was the first Battlefield built on the Frostbite engine, introducing large-scale environmental destruction that would become a series hallmark. Buildings could be leveled to remove cover or create new firing lines, adding tactical depth. It focused on smaller, tighter maps designed for consoles, marking the franchise's first console-exclusive release. The single-player campaign was a major departure, following a squad of misfit soldiers, the titular Bad Company, on a treasure hunt gone wrong. The story mixed over-the-top action with humor, contrasting sharply with the series' usual serious tone. In multiplayer, the new Gold Rush mode laid the foundation for what would evolve into Rush mode, blending offense and defense over destructible objectives. Battlefield 4. Launched in 2013, Battlefield 4 expanded on Battlefield 3's formula with enhanced graphics, refined gunplay, and the evolution of environmental destruction through the Levolution system. Maps could change mid-match, match in dramatic ways, like collapsing skyscrapers in Siege of Shanghai, or flooding streets in Flood Zone. It offered a deep class system, balanced vehicle combat across land, air, and sea, and a wide variety of weapons and gadgets. Despite being plagued by severe bugs and server instability at launch, issues so widespread they resulted in lawsuits, post-launch updates turned BF4 into one of the most polished and content-rich entries in the franchise. Its competitive scene and continued player base years later are proof of its lasting appeal. Battlefield 2. Released in 2005, Battlefield 2 modernized the franchise by setting it in a contemporary conflict. It introduced attack helicopters, guided missiles, UAV scans, and mobile anti-air systems. The squad system allowed tighter coordination within the game's massive teams, and the commander role added a strategic layer by letting one player direct squads, call in supply drops, and deploy artillery. It also added built-in voice chat, drastically improving communication and teamwork. Battlefield 2's maps balanced infantry combat with vehicle warfare, making it one of the most tactically rich entries in the series. Battlefield 1. In 2016, Battlefield 1 took the bold step of moving to World War I, a rarely explored setting in mainstream shooters. Its campaign was split into multiple war stories, each telling a different side of the conflict, from the Harlem Hellfighters in France to Lawrence of Arabia's fight in the Middle East. Multiplayer replaced high-tech weaponry with bolt-action rifles, early machine guns, and bayonet charges, yet still delivered the franchise's trademark scale and chaos. Operations Mode linked multiple matches together to simulate long campaigns, and dynamic weather effects like fog and sandstorms made each battle feel cinematic. Its blend of history, atmosphere, and gameplay has kept it highly regarded. Battlefield Bad Company 2. Released in 2010, Bad Company 2 refined destruction mechanics, improved shooting, and introduced perks to customize playstyles. Multiplayer was headlined by Rush Mode, perfected from Gold Rush, which had teams attacking or defending sequential objectives. Maps were designed to encourage vehicle and infantry cooperation, and destruction could completely alter defensive positions. The campaign toned down the humor of the first Bad Company but kept its charm, delivering a mix of set-piece action and squad banter. Battlefield 3. Launched in 2011, is widely considered the definitive Battlefield experience. It delivered massive multiplayer battles with infantry, tanks, jets, and helicopters across large, destructible maps. The Frostbite 2 engine powered cutting-edge visuals and realistic destruction. Its progression system kept players engaged with weapon unlocks, attachments, and gadgets. The refined 4-class system, Assault, Engineer, Support, Recon, offered clear roles for teamwork. Battlefield 3's blend of scale, realism, and chaotic sandbox moments, like taking out a jet with a C4 rigged Jeep, cemented its place as one of the best multiplayer shooters of all time.